Hi guys, we're looking at our 3.1 Khan Academy homework, assigned homework with distance. So looking at distance between 2 points. All right, so that's kind of unfortunate that it doesn't quite line up. But looking at this, I remember from class we learned two different formulas. We learned the distance formula, and then we learned like the sister formula, Pythagorean's theorem, because distance formula was actually derived from Pythagorean's theorem, so pretty cool. Pythagorean's theorem we like to use when we are given a graph. Pythagorean's theorem. Remember, this is like the easiest formula to memorize. Super sweet, simple, straight to the point. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. All right. So remember labeling what's going on here. These guys are going to be the legs of the triangle. The legs of the triangle. That just looks horrible. Let's redo that. Legs of the triangle. And our C is what's going to be our hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, which is the longest distance. So looking at this guy here, this is given our hypotenuse. It's already in blue, so they're already color coding for us. And then we're just going to go ahead and extend, making this into a right triangle, and we're going to identify what the distance is for the legs. So we're going to bunny hop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. 6 and 3. And what we're going to do with those numbers is we're just going to plug them in. Again, it doesn't really matter which one is A, which one is B, whatever your heart desires. They are commutative. So when we're adding 3 plus 1 versus 1 plus 3, it's both going to be 4. So it doesn't really matter which one you determine to be like A or B. What is crucial is that our hypotenuse has to be, we have to label the hypotenuse as C. That is the only thing that's crucial. These guys, doesn't matter. All right, so 3 squared plus 6 squared is going to equal, we'll just keep it black, equals C squared. That's our unknown that we're trying to find. 3 squared is going to be 9. 6 squared is going to be 36. Let's see, 36 plus 9 is going to be 45 equals C squared. And we're like, cool, we know what C squared is, but we want to know what C is. So we need to get rid of this exponent. What we learned in class is how we undo that, right? Because we're all about, with equations, right, moving something over, we're doing the inverse operation when something's being moved to the other side or we're canceling something out. So this is the inverse operation of exponent of 2 is a square root. They will cancel. I'll be left with C equals square root of 45. Khan Academy doesn't make us simplify, so we stop there. All right, let's go ahead and bubble that in. Check. All right, perfect. I was just gonna say, I was hoping the next one would be distance formula. So now we're gonna practice same procedure, same idea, but now instead of Pythagorean's theorem, we're gonna focus on our beautiful distance formula. I know some of us are like, but Mrs. A, we've already got, the grid here, the graph, we could just Pythagorean theorem. We could, just go straight from there. And that is true, but for our class, for our exam, we're gonna be using kind of both methods. We're gonna be looking at making sure we understand how to use distance formula when sometimes we're just given coordinates. Sometimes they're not giving us a graph. So we're just gonna practice because I see coordinates here. All right, let's write out the formula first. So distance equals, getting ahead of myself, square root of the difference between the x values, so x2 minus x1 squared, plus difference of the y values, y1 squared. All right, we're going to go ahead and label this coordinate. This is 2, -3, and this guy here is 8, -9. Let's just double check. 8, -9, 2, -3. Perfect. All right. What's very important is obviously always color coding. So I'm just going to go ahead and label. So I'll do the x2, y2 in this yellow color. I'm going to label this guy x2, y2. It does not matter which one is the x2, y2, right? As long as we are ordering them together. We can't say, oh, this is x2 and this one's y2, right? They have to be still coordinate. They go together. All right. And this is going to be x1, y1. All right, we're gonna go ahead and plug them in. So I've got distance equals, actually, probably need more room. So distance equals square root of blank plus blank. All right, and let's plug it in. So x2 is 2, y2 is -3. So it's kind of like a interesting method that I chose here, but I'm committed. All right, 8 and -9. Okay, gotta go back to back. Here we go. And we're subtracting these. All right, again, preferably probably easier at this point to just plug it in. But yeah, had to be a little extra. All right, we're gonna go ahead and simplify. 2 minus 8 is gonna be -6 squared plus, double negative. Negative becomes a positive. 9 minus 3 is +6. 36 plus 36 gives us something as an answer. It's going to be 72. So square root of 72. We're not simplifying further. So 72. Let's try that. Hooray, we did it. All right. So use this video reference while you're completing your homework, even just to remember, right? Like refresh what the formulas were. While you're working, as you guys know, if you have any questions, email, text, let me know. And have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.